Hey everyone, welcome to Beach Investing. I'm your host, Andre Angelkowski. We're here in Etobicoke. We're in the prime beaches in Toronto, and we're about to look at the most ideal beach property. Hey everyone, welcome to Beach Investing. I'm your host, Andre Angelkowski. We're in part 2 of this video series of my book, One and Done. And in this section, we're going to be talking about tenant profiles. So here we go. So what type of tenant profiles will you find in the beaches? First and foremost, you'll find mature families. Typically families that have higher income earners. People that love the beach lifestyle. They want to live there because the lifestyle is something that they desire, they want it, they crave it. They're willing to even pay extra rent to live there. They prefer larger spaces and even with extra storage. I've come across tenants who said, you know what, if I can have that garage, I'll be willing to pay an extra $300 a month. So extra storage and larger spaces is what people want in the beaches. They're being close to the lake, Queen Street beach shops, and having that country feel. Another aspect that tenants love in the beaches is that how pet friendly it really is. You'll see sections where there's where dogs run around without their leashes, and people actually migrate there, and all the adults and all the people there are actually mingling, and that's how they get together. It's so cool. There's excellent school districts and one of the top schools in that area. All these aspects are what tenants want when they're looking for a place to rent and to buy. So next section is Leslieville. So when we're talking about Leslieville, we're mainly talking about the younger executives, more of the millennial type, the echo boomers. They love the trendier sort of places to buy and to rent. They're closer to downtown Toronto, so that means there's a shorter commute, and that is important to them. And they're willing to pay a premium for a trendier place that has a more loft feel to it. So we're talking about more of a exposed brick, the polished concrete floors, the exposed beams and ductwork. These people, they love the busyness of Leslieville, but not necessarily the concrete jungle of actually being downtown Toronto surrounded by all these buildings. They still want to have a backyard. They still want to have a community feel. And they don't mind the small places as long as it suits all their needs. Then we get into the Danforth and East York areas where you start to attract the younger families, the people who are actually looking to renovate or move into a new build. And I'm finding that a lot more in East York, where people are taking the bungalows and demolishing them or topping them up and building new houses, and the younger families are attracted to that. It gives them more space, the 3-4 bedroom houses. They also love being close to downtown and the Danforth subway, but they also are aware that they're not right as close as Leslieville is. But East York is also a more quiet area where there is more space and there's more larger lot sizes. They are a bit farther from the amenities compared to actually being in Danforth or Leslieville and beaches, but yet they're still very close. So that's the type of tenant profile that are in these areas. Some of the new companies that are coming to Toronto that will actually bring more renters or more potential renters. Some of these companies are Instacart, Pinterest, Amazon. They have a new office. They have their office in the Scotia Plaza. It's like a tech office. Uber's coming, Netflix, Microsoft. So these are just some of the new companies that are coming to Toronto, and they will bring more potential renters and more buyers. And then what other things are around to attract the right tenants? Well, the biggest thing, in my opinion, is having access to the subway system, which is the Danforth, and eventually the relief line that's coming in from Pape and Danforth all the way down to the subway line near Union. Then we have the good old-fashioned Greek town near Pape and Danforth. This is a happening section of this area where there's parades, there's the Taste of Danforth, there's so much culture there that people love going there and being entertained. So imagine living close to there. People love it. Being close to East Chinatown, Little India, and of course the top school districts in the area, which there's Withrow, there's Jackman, there's Courcelette. Those are just to name a few of the top school districts in this area. And of course you have access or close proximity to the beach. Then we have access to trendy restaurants and shops. Lots of revitalization and development happening in these areas. There's lots of walking and biking trails, lots of parks, for example, Withrow Park, there's Greenwood Park, there's Kew Gardens, and just to name a few of the popular ones. The areas are attractive to people who want to teach or attend universities and colleges. For example, there's U of T, there's Ryerson, there's George Brown, there's Centennial. Some of the students and adult students who want to go and attend these colleges and universities will need a place to live. And some of the people who work there, staff, professors, teachers, and of course, people who work or need to be close to the hospitals downtown. This is a major attraction as well. Nurses, doctors, and again, staff. And lastly, how do we find these highly qualified tenants? Well, we've created a 5-step process that includes where we advertise all the way to selecting the final candidates. So if you want to know how exactly we do this, feel free to contact me. I'll show you our process. I'll provide you with information to help you find these qualified tenants. So now we finished part 2 of the One and Done video series, and that is tenant profiles. See you next time.